Confirmed infections across the state surpassing 16,000. More than 600 people have died. There are now more than 660,000 cases in the U.S. That's more than 30,000 infections than yesterday. The death toll, more than 34,000. Wuhan, the epicenter of the pandemic, is revising its number of fatalities by 50%. The death toll now standing at nearly 4,000. State media says that miscalculation was due to insufficient admission capabilities at overwhelmed medical facilities. But some positive perspective: more than 500,000 people have recovered from the virus worldwide. The U.S. is on its way to reopening for business this morning. President Trump laying out a plan and says more than half the states are ready to go. Tracy Potts has more on the guidelines.
3 phases in restoring our economic.
Ready for a reboot.
We are not opening all at once, but one careful step at a time.
President Trump says 29 states are ready to start reopening, some before May 1st. His 3-phase plan: a gradual return to work and public life with social distancing and schools still closed. High-risk individuals stay home. Then resume non-essential travel, open schools, and ease restrictions on restaurants, sports, and large gatherings. Finally, back to normal life with caution, minimizing crowds with a focus on hygiene. Democrats argue the plan needs much more detail about
testing.
We need several million tests a day.
States would begin when coronavirus cases have dropped for 14 days.
If they need to remain closed, we will allow them to do that.
With jobless claims topping 22 million this month, Americans are protesting, eager to get back to work.
I honestly don't know when that check will be coming.
The federal government has run out of money for small business loans. Democrats are blocking efforts to add more.
We want to make sure if we're going to allocate a substantial amount of taxpayer dollars, an additional $250 billion, that it actually gets to the people who need it the most.
A stalemate on Capitol Hill as America prepares to open for business. The job situation is really bad in some areas, in some states as high as 25% unemployment. Tracy Potts, NBC News.
One of those states is Georgia. Governor Brian Kemp says it is crucial for our state to expand testing before we even think about reopening. The governor touring the Georgia World Congress Center yesterday, where a temporary hospital is being set up to accept COVID-19 patients. Nick Sturdivant is live outside the center this morning with more on the governor's plans.
Yeah, good morning, Shiva. Governor Kemp said yesterday during that tour that it's time to start discussing reopening Georgia's economy. But his biggest concern is Georgia reaching that projected peak date, which keeps sliding back. Governor Kemp did praise President Trump's leadership. During that tour, he said he was headed back to the state capitol to hop on a video conference with the president and vice president. When directly asked about opening Georgia's economy again, he says one of the key factors is testing.
The government, in my opinion, is not going to be the answer to that problem. We can definitely do more than we're doing. We can definitely help, but we need the private sector to step up. We need to have a test where people can basically immediately test themselves before they leave the house to go to work, before they're sending kids to school or whatever the guidance is going to be. And I know that's being worked on.
And Shiva, Governor Kemp also said that he's had discussions with medical experts, business leaders, even state leaders about reopening Georgia's economy. He says right now they're working on a plan.
All right, Nick, thank you.